Good afternoon, YouTubers. This is Fran-Sez, and it's about 12:45 on a Wednesday afternoon, July 2nd, 2014. Um, I tried to go over to the pool today, but apparently the pool's been closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They're having some kind of annual inspection, and they're waiting for the city to come down and give them the big thumbs up and say, "Oh, you can open the pool now." So, it's like, every time you want to go in a pool around here, the rope's broke or there's some reason the pool needs to be cleaned, and it just gets to be really aggravating. So I haven't been in the pool since Friday. So usually there's all these kids go in it like on the weekend. So I kind of steer away from that. Actually, when they're in school, September through June, I usually go to the pool in the morning when everybody's at work or at school, and Francis gets to swim in the pool, like April to October, we'll say, right? Or as long as it's warm enough to go in the pool. Okay, so generally we don't have these pool closures in the fall or the spring because the water in the pool is too cold. The kids don't go in and they don't break the safety equipment. Francis is having a beer, Miller High Life. 31 years ago today was the first time I got married. And I've been divorced for 23 and a half years. So, it's almost like a non-anniversary date. And I usually go out to a bar and celebrate there. But today I'm just kind of chilling out at home. This is my first beer, by the way. So, I'm just drinking this because I need a beverage. It's over at a friend's patio for an hour or two. And anyways, I just want to relate. Yesterday I had to go get my prescription and do some food shopping. So, I got up and, shaved, put a little concealer on. Um, I don't like putting the makeup on when it's so hot out. It's just, I don't like it. So, anyways, I washed my hair, took a shower, put on clean clothes, and I walk up to the bus stop up the street. There's a bench you can sit down there and wait for the bus because it usually takes 20, 30 minutes. And if you don't get up there early, the bus goes by when you walk out your door, and then you got to wait 50 minutes for the next one. So usually that's the way it works. If you get up to the bus stop ahead of time, but it was exactly on time. It came by at 11:30 yesterday, and I got a ride up to the drugstore. And then I took a ride down to Orange Park, and I went to the China Buffet and Publix and picked up some groceries for another week. But anyway, so I walk up there. When I get up there, I usually have a smoke. And it kills 10 minutes, having cigarettes. So if I have them, I don't have cigarettes all the time. So anyways, I'm sitting up there on the bench, and there's this rustling around in the trees above me. I just look up, and there's this little squirrel, okay? And I don't know what the heck he's doing, foraging or something, but like there's trees all over the place. Why does he have to be above Francis's head at that moment in time, right? So I start going, "Hey, take off, go somewhere else," So he didn't pay any attention, right? So finally, after a while, the squirrel does leave, and I had already had a cigarette. Actually, I was still smoking a cigarette, And I hear something else, and there's stuff coming down from the tree. So I look up, and there's these two little birds up there. I say, "Hey, get lost!" So I'm looking up, and all of a sudden, this thing hits me right on the cheek here, below my left eye. And I'm there, oh, what the hell is that? So I smear it, I look at it, and it's like, shit, bird shit. The bird shit on my face. God, I says, I just took a shower and everything, so I had to get out my handkerchief, and I used one corner of it, God, and it stunk, too. Ugh. So I spit in my hand, I washed my face. And then, first thing I did when I got to the restaurant, I went to the restroom, and I went in there, and I kind of scrubbed my face real good, soap and water, before I sat down to go get my first plate of food. But so I was telling this woman, that a friend of mine over here, I told her about it. She's laughing. She says, that's a sign of good luck. I said, really? A bird crapping on you is a sign of good luck. Okay, all right. Never heard that one before. But I was thinking, I just had to tell people about it, I mean, it is funny, But, I almost said, oh no. I almost walked all the way back home to wash my face and then come back. But I didn't want to walk, 300 yards or more back to my apartment, wash my face, walk all the way back. By then the bus would have went by. I would have to wait another hour for a bus, right? Anyway, so much for that. So that was the main event of yesterday. But it is so hot here, and there's some kind of tropical storm going by tonight, about 100 miles east of Jacksonville, Florida. And it's supposed to veer up and maybe hit North Carolina tomorrow or something. I don't know. Yeah, tomorrow or the next day. So great, and they're saying it might increase. This tropical storm Arthur may build and become a hurricane. So, oh boy. Oh well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So, but apparently the weather systems are going north, and then there's something going on in the Gulf too, west of Florida, and that's going north. So it's like both storms are going up the east and west coast of Florida. Nothing's coming across the mainland. So I think we're going to have a sunny day all day. I just hope maybe they get the pool inspected so I can go in, So other than that, I've been catching up on my feed, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay. So, and I think I mentioned in the last video that I put something on my Facebook. Well, I looked and I hadn't done that, but I did it last night. So if you're interested in that gender ID test, it's from some woman from UK, and she's an author of a couple books, The Feminine Brain and The Male Brain, or something like that. Female brain, male brain. So anyway, she developed this test, and it's not just a bunch of questions and answers and all that stuff. There's actual things you have to do. Like one of the things is you got to measure the length of your ring and forefinger on both hands, and the ratio is important, okay? And I'm not going to say why or give the results because that would spoil it. So, but you have to measure your fingers correctly, and it has to be done in millimeters, okay? So anyway, so so that took a while. Okay, so the test is not something like they ask you a bunch of questions. There's spatial things. There's comparing two faces that are similar, but they're different, and you pick the one that's you're more attracted to. So, anyways, there's 21 pairs of faces that you do that, and they're not all different. Sometimes it's the same, or they look like almost the same as one you did 5 or 6 faces ago. So I don't know, maybe it's like 6 or 7 faces, pairs of faces, and they move them back and forth, and you have to look at each one and say, well, gee, which of these two faces appeals to me the most, you know, or that you're most attracted to. That's it. Yeah. So no, it's a very interesting test. I never took anything like that. It's not something that you'd get in if you were having some kind of therapy or anything. I don't know. I never took a test. When I went for my psychological therapy, it was just meeting with the person, they ask questions, you answer them, and then you talk about your social history and different things that are private between you and her. And it takes a while. It takes months. I can't afford to go visit my therapist more than once a month. It's like her normal charge is $120 for like a 45-minute session. She gave me a price break because I don't have insurance, so I've been paying a lot less than that. So, and I feel like I got my money's worth. So, anyways, just sipping on a beer and taking it easy today. I have noticed that, like, I do seem to be more tired or more easily fatigued the last month or two since I had my spironolactone dose increased. So I don't know. I don't really know if that has anything to do with it. It might just be the heat. Because Fran-Sez, I love Florida because the winters are mild, but the summers are really hot. And it's been very hot and humid out here lately. Just going outside out of the air conditioning, the buses are air conditioned. Usually the stores you go into or the bars are air conditioned. It's just when you have to go outside and you have to walk and sit at a bus stop for 30 minutes waiting for a bus. I mean, you can get heat exhaustion, I mean, I walk. I can walk maybe a quarter mile at a time, and maybe I walk a quarter mile to the bus stop, take the bus into town, walk a little bit more, get to my destination, walk back to a bus stop, take the bus back home or to another bus stop. So generally when I leave my apartment, I usually log in. I probably, if you counted all my steps, going to stores, bars, walking between bus stops, I probably walk at least a mile or two every day I go out, So when I get home, I'm tired, I mean, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, okay? Like, I have a pacemaker here, and when I walk, even in this heat, sometimes I can only walk so far. If I'm carrying my grocery bag, I can walk about 100 yards, and I have to stop and stand there for a minute, put the bag on the ground, catch my breath, and then I'll switch to the other hand and carry it in my right hand for 100 yards. Then I stop, put it down, and then carry it with my left hand. So it's like you're going back and forth, and as far as you have to carry it. But hey, I'm not in the best of shape, and I never ever claimed to be. And I used to be in a hell of a lot worse shape than that years ago, and I'm doing much better health-wise. And we're up to 15 minutes almost. Holy mackerel. Okay, well, anyways, Fran-Sez is enjoying his freedom. So, it's amazing how fast time goes by. And all you young people out there, if you're under 30, 31 years ago, Fran-Sez got married. And, nobody gets married unless they think they have picked the right person, you know what I mean? And so, I tried the best I could to make it work, but it didn't happen. But, sometimes you can get depressed about things like that, But you know what? I did not even remember until like 7 o'clock last night. It dawned on me that, oh, gee, tomorrow's July 2nd. So Fran, I think I'm pretty much over it. I don't have any like bad feelings or grudges or anything. It's like, it's just a day on the calendar. And cheers to that. Okay? Have a good July 4th weekend, I ain't a honeymooner anymore. Bye.